Over one weekend this July, the largest library of artificial intelligence on the planet was quietly taken apart. Not stolen from the front door, taken apart from the inside. And here's the strange part: the thing doing the taking apart was not a person. There was no hooded figure typing furiously at 3 in the morning. There was software. An autonomous agent running thousands of tiny actions at once, spinning up little disposable machines, doing its work and throwing them away. Hugging Face hosts the models that a huge slice of the AI world builds on. So the obvious question is, how do you break into a place like that? And the uncomfortable answer is that you might not have to break in at all. Sometimes you just ask it politely to run your code for you. To see how that works, we need to be honest about what a model really is. We like to imagine it as a frozen brain, a big pile of numbers sitting harmlessly on a disk. And the numbers part is true, but for years the most common way to save one of these things in Python used a format called pickle. Pickle does not just store data, it stores instructions for how to rebuild that data. And rebuilding, it turns out, can mean running code. So when you call something as innocent as torch.load, you are not only reading numbers off the disk, you are letting the file tell Python what to do. If someone hides a small instruction inside that file, the moment you load the model, their instruction runs on your machine. You didn't execute anything. You just opened a door and something walked through it. This is exactly why the safer formats exist, but the old ones are still everywhere. Now, the attackers did not even bother with a model. They used a dataset. On Hugging Face, a dataset can come with a little recipe that describes how to load it, and that recipe was trusted a bit too much. There were two ways in. The first was a loader that would happily fetch and run remote code as part of preparing the data. The second was sneakier: a template inside the dataset's own configuration, crafted so that filling in the template quietly executed commands. So picture an engineer somewhere pulling down what looks like an ordinary dataset to train on. No warning, no obvious payload. The data loads, and in the same breath, so does the attacker's code. One cursed file, two different doorways, and the only thing the victim did wrong was the most normal thing in the world. They loaded some data. Running code on one machine is a foothold, not a victory, but a foothold is all a patient attacker needs. From that first node, the agent started looking around. It found credentials, the kind of keys that cloud systems leave lying about for their own services to use. With those keys, it reached into the cloud and into the clusters that run the platform and copied more credentials and reached further. This is the quiet, grinding part of almost every serious breach. Not one dramatic hack, but a slow spread, one borrowed key unlocking the next door until a single foothold has turned into the run of the whole house. And because this was happening over a weekend, there were fewer people watching. Here is where it stops feeling like a normal break-in. The whole thing was run by an autonomous agent, a language model wired up to act on its own. It did not work from one computer. It spread its work across a swarm of short-lived sandboxes, little machines that appeared, did a task, and vanished before anyone could pin them down. Its command and control, the channel it used to take orders, kept moving too, hiding itself on ordinary public services that no firewall wants to block. Nobody knows exactly which model was driving it. Maybe a jailbroken commercial one, maybe an open model with its safety filed off. What we do know is that there was no person at the keyboard. The thing was tireless, parallel, and cheap to run, and that combination is what makes it genuinely new. Hugging Face caught it, closed the doors the attacker came through, rebuilt the machines, and rotated the stolen keys. As far as anyone can tell, the public models everyone downloads were never touched. But the best part of this story is how they investigated it. To analyze the attack, the defenders fed the evidence to frontier AI models, the polished commercial ones, and those models refused. The attack contained the kind of material their safety training is built to reject, so they simply declined to look. So the humans reached for a different tool, an open-weight model from China called GLM, with no such reservations, and it happily read through the wreckage. Think about that. The most capable models we have were too well behaved, to help clean up after one of their own. Another page from the digital grimoire. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe for more videos where your tools turn out to be far stranger than you thought, and leave a comment if you want the deep dive on Pickle. See you in the next one. Bye bye.